With summer comes heat, and with it, a mortal danger for your dog that many owners ignore until it's too late. A car parked in the sun, a walk at noon, a patio without enough shade. In a matter of minutes, what seems like a day normal can go away in a tragedy. Imagine this, your dog is panting, without control, with the tongue bright red and thick saliva. Suddenly he staggers, seems disoriented, and suddenly collapses. No, it's not an exaggeration, it's heat stroke. It occurs when your internal temperature, which is normally between 38 and 39 degrees, it shoots above 40 or 42. But here comes the good news. If you know how to recognize the signs and apply the first aid that I'm going to show you, you have the power to save his life. So how do we detect a hit of heat before that the situation becomes catastrophic? You have to understand something key. Dogs do not regulate the heat like us. Its main form to cool down is the panting and just sweat a little through of the pads of his paws. When the heat hits, this system can collapse. Symptoms usually appear in chains, so you must be very attentive. The first alarm signal, it's excessive panting, loud and constant. It's not the typical gasp after a good time of playing. It's a desperate gasp, a forced breath Ada who shouts at you that your dog is fighting for cooling down. As things get worse, you will see he salivates a lot and the drool thickens. You may have an insatiable thirst. In this phase, also vomiting or diarrhea may appear, which can sometimes contain blood. And this is when we enter in the maximum danger zone. Look very, very carefully at the color of your gums and your tongue. If they pass a river bright to pale or worse, to a bluish or purple tone, it's a sign that you lack oxygen, or an collapse is imminent. The dog will show extreme weakness, tremors, disorientation, or will be unable to stand up. It could wobble like if I was drunk. From here, the next step can be the seizures, the loss of conscience, and, if no action is taken, death. It is crucial to know that some dogs are more at risk than others. Brachycephalic breeds, for example. Last from Sicocciado like the French Bulldog, the Puck or Carlino, the Boxer or the Sisu, they are extremely vulnerable. Their own anatomy makes it difficult to breathe. So cool Jade, I'm almost an impossible mission for them. They also run a risk go elevated puppies and older dogs the same than us. Those who are overweight because fat insulates and has the heat, and the what do you already suffer from illness, aids of the heart or respiratory. Your action can save his life. If you recognize any of these symptoms, especially the most serious ones, a race against time begins. Every second counts. Before this, burn something with yourself. These first aid are to stabilize your dog while contacting you go to a vet of emergencies. The visit to the vet, it is non-negotiable, even yes, it seems to be improving. This is your action plan. Step number 1, remove from heat immediately. It's obvious, I know, but sometimes we forget. Take it to a cool place, in the shade or in a room with air conditioning or a fan. Every second that passes in focus of heat, his condition worsens. Step number 2, he starts to cool his body gradually. And I repeat, gradual. Use cool water, not ice. Never use ice water or ice cubes of ice directly on your body. A change in temperature so abrupt it can cause shock, constricting your blood vessels, and, it may seem like a lie, preventing that heat freely. Wet his body with a soft hose, with a sprayer, or with wet towels, but without covering it. Focus on areas key such as the head, neck, armpits, and groin. If you carry a rectal thermometer, stop cooling it when your temperature drops at about 39 degrees to avoid suffer hypothermia. Step number 3, while you cool it, you can apply a little pharmacy alcohol on the pads of his paws. The alcohol evaporates fast and helps dissipate the heat of that area. Step number 4, offer fresh water, but in a small sip. Don't let him drink suddenly because I might vomit. Remember the nose. Do not cover it with wet towels because they trap heat. Don't immerse it all at once in ice water. And be sure to call your vet. Do it while another person helps you or when you have started to cool. Tell the clinic that you are going on the way with an urgency due to heat stroke that they are prepared. You have followed the steps. Your dog has gotten cold and seems more lively. It's very tempting to think, ready, it's already happened. But that's one of the most dangerous errors. Why is it absolutely crucial to go to the vet, yes or yes? Because the blow of heat is an iceberg. What you see on the outside, the panting, fainting, is just the tip. The most serious damage, the real one, occurs inside and can give the face hours or even days later. When the temperature from the body it shoots, a catastrophe breaks out internally. The proteins of your body, literally, they start to cook. This can cause a multi-organ failure. The kidneys and liver are of the most affected organs. Your dog seems recovered, but he is suffering acute kidney or liver damage, which if not treated, will be irreversible. Besides, extreme heat can cause cerebral edema, what is an inflammation of the brain that causes neurological symptoms. Another very serious risk is coagulation disseminated intravascular. a disorder that forms small clots all over the body, blocking the flow of blood to organs vital and causing hemorrhage. Other from the effects of heat after blood thickening. Therefore, when you get to the vet, the work has not done more what to start. The team will not only continue cooling your dog safely, often with intravenous fluids, cold and oxygen, see know that your priority will be combat these internal damages. They will do blood tests to see how their organs are, sugar and electrolytes. You will be given medication to protect your brain and stabilize your system cardiovascular. They will keep it under observation at least 24 or 48 hours to get ahead of any complication. Statistics don't lie. Without veterinary help, professional and fast, the prognosis worsens drastically. We have already seen the yes symptoms and how to act, but the truth is that the best solution is by far prevention. Prevent your dog from suffering a blow heat is the greatest test of love and responsibility. What can you give? The keys are the meaning, common, and anticipation. First, and this should be law, never, under any circumstances, you get to your dog alone in a car on a hot day. Not even a minute, not even with the window slightly open. The interior of a car becomes in an oven in a very short time. It's a death trap. Second, make sure always have access, good shade, and plenty of water, fresh and clean. If he is in the yard, keep an eye on him that the shadow does not disappear as that the sun moves. Third, change the time of the walks. Completely avoid hours of more heat, which are usually between mid-morning and late afternoon. Going out for a very hot walk in the morning or after dark. And before leaving, a trick. Touch the asphalt with the back of the hand. If it burns you, it will burn him too, the pads. Fourth, moderate the exercise. On very hot days, the intense games are over to throw the ball without stopping. Choose activities quieter and always in the shade. If you have a dog with a lot of energy, like a boxer or a border collie, it is you who has to force him to stop, rest, and drink. And finally, you can use extra help. The cooling mats, the pools for dogs, or simply a sprayer with water, fresh makes a difference. Pay double attention. If your dog or its groups of risk that we have mentioned, a bulldog or an older dog or one who is overweight, it doesn't have the same stamina than a young and fit dog. As you see, the blow heat is a terrible emergency, but it doesn't have to end in disaster. Know the symptoms from a loud gas to color of the gums gives you the power to detect danger. Know how to apply the first aid correctly, cooling your dog little by little while you are looking for professional help. It gives you the tools to act. And most importantly, prevention gives you the power to avoid tragedy when completely. Protect your dog from the heat in summer. It is one of your greater responsibilities as an owner. If this video has stopped you useful acid and you believe that you can help others, share it. Subscribe for more practical tips that protect health of your best friend. And now I would love to read you. Tell me in the comments, what tricks do you use to keep your dog cool and safe during the summer? Your ideas can help to the entire community. Thank you for being there, and I hope may these tips help you to spend a summer great and above all very safe with your four-legged companion.